Let me ask you something. When you look up at the night sky, what do you really see? Stars? Sure, but what are you really looking at? Our galaxy, the Milky Way, has up to 400 billion stars. And thanks to new telescopes, we now know that pretty much every star has planets. That's billions upon billions of chances for life. Billions of Earths, super-Earths, and mini Neptunes. Now add this fact. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. It's ancient. That's more than enough time, billions of years of a head start on us, for life to not just start, but to evolve, to get smart, to build civilizations, to invent starships, and to, well, to go exploring. So, here is the single biggest question that should keep you awake at night. Where is everybody? This isn't just a fun what if. This is a real, terrifying problem. It's called the Fermi Paradox. And it's this: the math, the simple, cold, hard math, says the universe should be loud. It should be a cosmic superhighway, a buzzing metropolis of signals, ships, and empires. But when we turn on our radios, when we point our telescopes at the void, all we get is silence. Utter, deafening, complete silence. Why? Why is the cosmos so quiet? The answer to that why might be the most important thing we ever learn. It's more than a mystery. It's a prophecy. It could tell us our entire future, because the most likely answer is a chilling concept known as the Great Filter. Now look, let's just break down the numbers really simply so you can see the problem. Back in the 60s, an astronomer named Frank Drake tried to guess how many civilizations we could actually talk to. He asked, how many good, stable stars are out there? Lots. How many of them have planets? We now know most of them. How many of those planets are in the Goldilocks zone? Not too hot, not too cold, just right for water. Billions. And then the harder questions. On how many of those does life actually start? On how many of those does life get smart? How many of those build radios and technology we can detect? And then, the last, most haunting question of all, how long do they last before they, well, disappear? Here's the kicker. You can be the biggest skeptic in the world. You can plug in the most pessimistic, lowest possible numbers, and the math still says our galaxy should have thousands of active civilizations. Thousands. Our civilization has only been loud, using radio, for about 100 years. If a civilization was just 1,000 years ahead of us, they could have sent probes to every corner of the galaxy. If they were 1,000,000 years ahead of us, their empire would be as obvious to us as the stars themselves. So I ask you again, where are they? All right, let's play cosmic detective. What are the possible solutions to this crime? Solution A is the gentle one. It says they are out there. We just can't see them. Why not? Well, maybe we're just an experiment. This is the zoo hypothesis. They're watching us from a distance, like we watch animals in a protected nature preserve. They have a prime directive of non-interference. Don't feed the humans. Or maybe they're just too weird. we're sitting here listening for radio waves. What if they're communicating with gravity waves or quantum entanglement? We could be like ants in a superhighway, completely unaware of the intelligent civilization all around us. We simply lack the senses to perceive them. Or maybe they all got so advanced they just left. They uploaded their minds into a digital paradise. Why bother with this messy physical world of stars and planets when you can create a perfect simulated universe and live in it forever? These answers are cozy. They mean we're not alone, just not in on the secret. But these answers, they don't feel right, do they? The silence feels heavier than that. Before we get to the dark solution, if you're enjoying this journey into the deep questions, take just 1 second to hit that subscribe button. We explore mysteries like this every single week, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Okay. Because this leads us to solution B, the dark one. This solution says the silence is there because there's no one left to make noise. This is the great filter. Imagine the long, impossible road from a dead rock to a star-faring empire. It's a road with 1,000 steps. This theory says that somewhere on that road, there's a wall, a barrier, a test, an evolutionary gate. And the failure rate for this test is 99.99999%. It is a filter, and nothing, or almost nothing, gets through. Think about the steps. Life has to start from non-life. That's hard. Life has to become complex, from a single cell to an animal. That's really hard. Complex life has to get smart and develop tools. Smart life has to build advanced technology. And it has to survive that technology. The great filter is one of those steps. And this is it. This is the single most important, terrifying question you will ever hear in your entire life. Where is the filter? Because the answer to that question changes everything about who and what we are. There are two and only two possible answers. Answer number one, the filter is behind us. This is the hopeful answer. This means that one of the steps we already passed was the impossible one. Maybe just starting life. Maybe the jump from a dead chemical soup to a living, breathing cell is so absurdly rare, so mathematically impossible, that it's only happened once, right here. We are a fluke of chemistry. Or maybe it was the jump from a simple bacteria to a complex animal cell, the eukaryote. That wasn't a gentle evolution. It was a violent accident, a trick that took Earth almost 2 billion years to pull off. If this is true, it means the silence is there because the universe is empty. It means we are it. We are the first. We are the only. Think about that for a second. All the art, all the poetry, all the questions, all the love, all the science. It's just us. We are the only consciousness in this entire vast, cold cosmos. We are the universe's only way of looking back at itself. It's a lonely thought, but it's also a profoundly precious one. It means we are the miracle, and we have a cosmic duty to not screw this up. But then there is the second answer, the one you feel in your bones. Answer no 2. The filter is in front of us. This is the most terrifying solution. This idea says, all those steps behind us, they were easy. Life starts everywhere. Intelligence happens all the time. The universe was full of life. It was buzzing with signals. But every single time, as soon as a civilization gets smart enough, it triggers its own end. It's the great tragic punchline of the cosmos. You get smart, and then you die. What is it? Nuclear war? The moment you split the atom, you start a 100-year countdown to Armageddon. Uncontrolled AI? You build something smarter than you, and it logically decides it doesn't need you. Climate change? You get so successful, you burn down your own house and can't stop. A genetically engineered plague that escapes the lab? It doesn't matter what it is. It only matters that it works. Every single time. And if this is true, the silence isn't emptiness. It's a graveyard. We are not the first. We are not special. We are just the next in line. And our invention of the atomic bomb and artificial intelligence, that wasn't our greatest achievement. That was just the sound of us stepping into the trap. So, when you look up at that silent, starry sky, what does it mean? Maybe we've been asking the wrong question. Maybe the silence isn't a verdict. Maybe it's a warning. It's not a prophecy about our fate. It's a question about our choice. The filter is only a filter if we fail to see it. It is the test of nuclear war, of climate change, of artificial intelligence. It's the test of our own tribalism and short-sightedness. The universe isn't telling us we are doomed. It's daring us to be the first. The first to see the trap, the first to understand the risk, the first to grow up, and the first to choose to walk around it. The silence doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means no one, yet, has succeeded. What do you think? Is the future already written, or do we have the power to pass the test? Let me know what you truly believe in the comments below. This isn't just a science question, it's a human one. And if you believe we have a choice, if you're ready to explore the deep, the strange, and the hopeful, like this video, and subscribe to the channel. The future isn't written in the stars, it's written by us. Let's write a good one.